Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrice. In this video, we will be discussing things I've read. And now let's get started. The first book I'm going to talk to you about today is titled A Terribly Nasty Business. This was written by Julia Searles, and it is a cozy mystery. And the summary says, after achieving her lifelong dream of solving a murder and bringing a killer to justice, Beatrice Steele feels like everything is finally falling into place. She's traded Swampshire for the big city London neighborhood of Sweetbriar. Sweetbriar is home to DS Investigations, the new office Beatrice has opened with the prickly, annoyingly logical Inspector Drake. A string of murders thrusts Beatrice and Drake into the center of a scandal that pits the neighborhood's wealthiest against the arts community, spreading fear and chaos throughout the city. As they follow the trail, Beatrice must survive threats to her partnership, her business, and her place in society to break the case before it's too late. So this is the second book in the Beatrice Steele mystery series, and I enjoyed the first one. So this one is sort of like a Jane Austen cozy mystery series. Like, like if you like those characters and if you like that story, that's sort of like what this book is. And I enjoyed the first book in the series. It was a little, like, it had some humor to it. I just thought it was cute. So I'm glad to see the series continue. Um, the main thing that I like about this one is that Beatrice is now in London. And so she's like branching out, she's making new friends. And I hope her friends are like in the rest of the mystery series. Um, I like Beatrice as a character. She is funny and she is smart, so I enjoy that. The things that I didn't like so much is that, we're getting a partners, like in terms of working relationship, turning into romantic partners, which I am not a fan of. Um, and the victims in this mystery, like, I don't know, like, there's really like no connection to these victims. I guess this is more like a setup to bring us to a new setting in this series. So you're really not concerned about these victims and like if the killer is found. I mean, like, if you like mysteries, of course you want the killer to be found, but there's like no big stakes. Like, nothing will happen if this person gets away. I just think there was like not enough backstory on the victims to make you connected to them. Like, they were pretty like horrible people, so that makes it difficult to connect with them as well. And the mystery was okay. Like, I didn't think there were like enough clues and things in this mystery. Like, you could kind of see where it was going to go and who was going to end up being the culprit. Um and like one of the twists, like, you could totally see it coming. But yeah, some of the plot points just got way out of hand. Like, if you read this, you will know what I'm talking about. So I'm trying not to spoil this too much because you don't want to give away, like all of the happenings in the book. Like, we do want you to read it. Um, but yeah, like some of it was just like very outrageous. So overall, I ended up giving this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next book I'm going to talk to you about is A Dark and Deadly Journey. and this was written by Julia Kelly. This is a cozy mystery, and this is the third book in the Evelyne Redfern mystery series. The summary says, when a British intelligence informant in Portugal mysteriously disappears, Evelyne and her partner David Poole are sent to Lisbon to find him. Once they land, Evelyne and David aren't even able to leave the airport before she discovers a fellow passenger murdered and uncovers a diary with a link between the victim and the missing informant. This case will test Evelyne and David's training, charm, and wit. So let me tell you, like I said, this is the third book in the series, and the second book was not good at all. Like, I don't know, like to me, mystery series, like when you're starting a mystery series, like the first one, like sucks you in. The second one is usually trash. And then the third one, like it's hopefully it's better and it will redeem the series. This book did that for me. This redeemed the series because the second book in the series was boring, but this one was good, full of action. You got intrigue, you have spies all over the place. Much, much better than the second book in the series. Um, it was a good ending, even though it ended in a cliffhanger. Like it's really suspenseful and it definitely sucks you in for the fourth book. I can't wait for it. Um, the one thing that I dislike is, of course, the romance, because again, you get another partners working relationship to like romantic partners, and I want those things to be separate. But like I said, this one was really, really good to me, and I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next books I'm going to talk to you about were written by a Black author, and this is a new cozy mystery series that I started, and the characters are Black as well. The first book is titled It's Elementary. The author is Elise Bryant, and I will read you the summary. Mavis Miller isn't a PTA mom, so no one is more surprised than Mavis when she caves to Trisha Holbrook, the slightly terrifying PTA president, and finds herself in charge of the school's brand new DEI committee. Things go off the rail at the first meeting when the new principal's plans make Trisha furious. Later, when Mavis spies Trisha acting suspicious, her mind jumps to murder. Principal Smith fails to show up for work the next morning and has been MIA since the meeting. Mavis is determined to get to the bottom of things and launches an investigation that will challenge her views on parenting, friendship, and elementary school politics. So I'm going to tell you what I like. So I like the setting, like it's set um, like in school with PTA drama and stuff like that. This reminds me of like when my kids were young, and you know how you would have to volunteer at the school and stuff like that. So you would make friends with the other moms or also like on the kids sports team and stuff like that. And so this reminds me of that, and like the whole drama that comes with interacting with the parents of the other kids. And there were also some funny parts in the story, so it was pretty humorous. I thought the jokes were funny. And I like that this book contains discussion questions at the end, and you usually don't see that in cozy mysteries. So this was like a little bit insightful as well, because it's also dealing with like the topics of racism and like microaggressions and that kind of thing. So the things I didn't like In this book, Mavis is a divorced single mom, and she ends up meeting the school psychologist. Like, he comes to her rescue when she was getting a parking ticket, and it was like they are like immediately like flirting with each other and stuff. And I just felt like, I don't know, like it was just way too soon for her to have a love interest to me, and I just did not see the chemistry with her and the psychologist. His name is Jack. I just didn't think they had any chemistry. Mavis's daughter is like too grown. Like, the girl is, she's only like 7 and she is way too grown. Like, rolling her eyes, giving the side eye, butting in where she shouldn't. Yeah, it's too much. Um, in this book, like, Mavis is not happy. So her job, like, she's doing the work she does, like, she goes above and beyond at this job, and she just knows that she's going to get a promotion and they hire someone else, and she like does not stand up for herself. So I didn't like that part. I'm like, Mavis, grow a backbone, girl, and like either look for a new job or like quit or something. Like, I know she can't just quit because she's got a child to take care of, but it's like you can at least put out some resumes. Like, don't let them walk all over you. So overall, this was a good start to the series. I ended up giving this book a 3.75 out of 5 stars. And now I'm going to review the second book in the series. And the title of that one is The Game is Afoot. And again, this is by the same author, Elise Bryant, same characters. And this summary says, when Coach Cole, the director of the kids' soccer program, drops dead on a sunny Saturday morning, no one suspects foul play. However, the police find a clue on the field that points to murder. Mavis is determined to find out more, even if it takes her into the dark, dangerous underbelly of gentle parents and MLM girl bosses. So, the things that I liked in this book, Mavis's dad, like, he gets more time on the page, and I really enjoy him and his friend. Like, they have a podcast that they're doing about true crime, and I really enjoy like the parts where we get to see more of him. In this book, we are dealing with the theme of self-care. And so in the last book, it was more like about racism, microaggressions, that kind of thing. And this one is really about self-care and about Mavis, like, taking care of herself, especially because at the end of the first book, um, she was caught in sort of like a traumatizing experience. So now we're getting to see like the ramifications and consequences of what she went through. And I just really enjoy like how the author is walking us through like what does self-care look like, and um, what are some things you can do to take care of yourself, and like the signs of you not taking care of yourself, like what that looks like. And again, there are discussion questions with this one, so I enjoyed that as well. Now, the things that I did not like, Mavis is totally unhinged in this story. Like, she is doing way too much. She breaks and enters. She's like stealing stuff from people, like all in the quest of like trying to solve this mystery. And it's like, girl, like, you could be arrested, like, for real, for real. Like, you could be arrested. Like, you need to get a grip. Again, there is no chemistry with Jack. Like, they are still trying to push this romance on us, and I don't want it. Like, her ex-husband shows up, and he actually moves back to town. Like, he's a traveling musician, and he moves back to town. And I'm like, Mavis, like, get back with your husband. Like he's trying. Like, he is going to therapy. He's changed for the better. Like, he's being more involved in with Pearl, like raising her, picking her up, and stuff like that. And Mavis is just like being so hard on him. Like, it is awful, like how she's treating him. And I would rather see her and Corey, her husband, ex-husband's name is Corey. I would rather see her and Corey than her and Jack. Like, yeah, the uh that relationship is just like blah. And let me see, Pearl is still too grown. Yeah, she's still doing way too much for a little child. Um, yeah, this one I did not enjoy as much as the first book in the series. I don't know if I will continue it, like, because maybe it was just so bad. Like, she just did like a total, like, 180. Like, in the first one, it was like, okay, yes, you're being nosy, but it made sense for her to want to try and figure this out. This book, it just feels like she's trying to solve this crime so that she does not have to deal with um like her anxiety and stuff that happened from the end of the first book. So yeah, I just wasn't feeling this one. Like, she is absolutely unhinged. This book I gave a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And like I said, I don't know if I would continue the series. Maybe I would give it one more shot, depending on like what the story is about. We would have to see. But those are all of the books for this episode of Things I've Read. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're thinking of reading any of these books. And I will see you the next time. Bye bye.